I like a Venn diagram, where you have your, maybe your basics, your kata, partner work, whatever. Yeah, and you try and get the mixture between the two, and then find the part that's in the middle. The thing that people struggle with, and they don't realise it, some people are natural with it, other people really struggle with it, but they don't realise it. It's called timing. So that's the subject we're going to call, or be looking at, timing or time. Okay, so what is time? Time to me is you have a journey to make, and you have to do a task within that, whether you're coming down from Evesham or up north or Evesham, wherever, yeah? And during that time scale, you need to do something. So you have a start and a finish. Yeah, and this is where people don't realise a real subject, which is timing. And I don't mean the timing to be here. That's not timing, just for one subject. Timing to me has to be included in everything. So today we're going to look at how we realise it. How do we realise time? Okay, the Earth, right? We call that the Earth. The Earth has longitudinals, don't they? How many degrees is one longitudinal? It's about 15 degrees, isn't it, for every longitudinal, and that equates to an hour? Yeah? Right, so even we can't stop time. Unfortunately, I wished I could. Yeah? I don't know what age I'd want to be. Maybe about 30, 35. Yeah, who's 30, 35 here today? Brilliant, okay? Goes downhill from there. Yeah, so we can't do anything about stopping time, but we have to realise it. And we started this discussion down on the winter course, didn't we, Rob? And the guys, yeah, Colleen and Gary. How long did we talk about it? 3, 4 hours? Yeah, they equated to a lot of beer. All right? So the first thing you have to do is we're going to define it, time, within the martial arts. Every martial art needs time or timing. There's even a martial art that actually is controlled by time, which is Iaido. Yeah? Their kata is done on seconds, split seconds. And if you're taking a downgrade in the cut, the draw, the cut, the put back has to be precisely that time. So that's gone to the other extreme. Yeah? So how are we going to realise that? So for some of you, if you already know about timing, I'm sorry. Okay, but there's a lot of us at high grades as well that don't realise that we've got reasonable timing. That's come through lots and lots of years of training. But if we can realise it and explain it, hopefully the younger guys and girls at a lower grade, hopefully you'll progress a little bit quicker, realising what you're trying to do. Yeah? It's not how fast you go, it's the time that you give a technique to finish it off. And that will depend on how skillful you are and what your muscle memory is like and what your memory is like, because mine's failing sometimes these days. Okay, so we're going to use 3 bits of partner work to try and demonstrate little bits and pieces of it. So the first part is a realisation. Can anybody remember their, sorry for this, but we're going to go through it anyway. Their oil committees, which aren't really part of the Wado Academy. Some of you from UKKW and the older schools, they do it because Sensei Suzuki did them. And we're going to use one, so we'll use oil committee number 4, just to show you what it looks like. So it will start off very basic, and then we'll put little bits of attributes in there to try and get your timing to progress, or distance and timing. Yeah? So if you remember, we'll be doing it down the hall to get used to the movement. So the guys that don't know the oil committees, then you'll understand the move. Yeah, so it's basically, just cover. Yeah, you come in, Yurakan, punch, Hizugeri, and drop MP, and out. We're going to take a very simple oil committee and we'll introduce a few bits and pieces at a time. And hopefully, by doing this, you'll see the evolution from going an oil committee or an ippon to a kion committee, and then it'll carry on to do a gumitigata. Yeah, they get more and more complex, but this is a straightforward one. So once more, yeah, it's forward, Yurakan, punch, Hizugeri, and MP. Okay, so do you remember that? We're going to go up and down the room just so as everybody understands what they're doing. Yeah, and then we'll partner off. And if you can today, try and train with various people. If you want to put a key on the end, okay? See, so many people just covering this way. It means you're going to get hit around the back and neck. Yeah? So make sure you're really covering. And then pull down. When you do the Hizugeri, try not just to go into Junzuki, because this leg could pop out and take yours. Yeah, when you've done the Hizugeri, go inside. That feels a bit more awkward, doesn't it, for you?
Much more.
Yeah? Can you see him moving? So instead of here and through, here and down. You can see him stumbling. And out. Okay, so make sure you're covering and make sure you are trying to do a different leg-foot position. Last couple, carry on, because we want to move on. We're talking about distance. And what we want to do is try and cut down the distance, or cut down the time, or the, how can I put it, the time that the opponent actually sees you moving. You've got a certain amount of time. He starts the attack. It's going to take some time before you actually see that attack coming. Yeah? Depends what it is, but we know that we've got a controlled one where we're doing this oil committee. So it's that time when you pick up that movement. Yeah, so we're going to try and cut down that movement. I think I've talked about it before. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a kuriashi, or kuriashi, or kuriashi. So usually you see my head, or so this, or kuriashi, then I am closer to Sensei Graham. Yeah? So a kuriashi is one. And if you can disguise it without actually moving your head, then you've reduced that time that he sees you move. Yeah, so distance, okuri ashi. Whoops. Okay, some of you in the Wado Academy already know about okuri ashi. Yeah? So what we're going to do, we're going to do a little bit of a kuriashi, then we'll go back to your oil kumite and try and put that into it. Ready? Ay! Aish! Emuate. Ay! Hey, yeah man, yes mate, just relax. So a couple of things. Some of you are getting your elbow to go first. Right, make sure it's your fist, because you want to be looking as though you're actually going to punch them in the face. Then you change direction to do the yurakan. Yeah, so make sure your fist is going first and try and relax as much as you can. Yeah, in Wado Ryu, as you know, this yuraken is for cutting. It's not for a heavy smash. This is for cutting the skin. So try and be as flexible as you can with your wrists. Yeah? And let it cut. So a couple of times down, once down and once up, and then we'll crack on. So you're going to partner off again. Okay, don't forget the defender, just make sure you cover, block. The other one, okuriashi. Okuriashi and a yumiashi. Okuriashi, push, and a yumiashi, step. Yeah? Yeah, I think it was Sensei Arthur the other week. He was saying that okuriashi and then a yumiashi is safer than just a yumiashi. This is far safer than actually stepping, because you're putting your body into a prone position straight away. So make sure you push and relax. Make sure you're stepping through afterwards. Yeah? So turn your body in and rotate. So, right. Okay, partner off. Carry on.